Fellow jaywalkers, lend me your ears. I kind of don't like that. I'm going to have to try to change that up and kind of get something that's a little more, I don't know, a little more flowing, So I kind of went to Random Land today, and I looked at chapter 4, We Agnostics, right? And in the preceding chapters, you have learned something about alcohol. We hope we have made it clear the distinction between alcoholic and non-alcoholic. A lot of times I've always been curious to, I love what the book says about this too. I said, because there's so, there's all the different, the 12 questions and all that, all the stuff I used to lie about because I wasn't going to tell you the truth, I wasn't going to go to a psychiatrist and tell the guy or gal the truth, right? Mine was a gal, and she was really nice. And I really felt good when I got done, but I knew I just lied through my teeth. I knew that there was a problem with alcohol somewhere. I can't tell you I honestly thought I was an alcoholic, but I can definitely tell you honestly, I knew that something was going on that wasn't normal. And so I laugh about that. But I like this though, because it's pretty simple. If somebody says, well, you think I have a problem, right? I can't tell anybody they're alcoholic. But I can say, if when you honestly want to, you find you cannot quit entirely, or if when drinking you have little control over the amount you take, you're probably alcoholic. And it's like, oh, okay, that really takes a long time. So what? It takes about 10 seconds to be able to have somebody answer those questions for themselves. I mean, I don't ask that to anybody. That's their life and their journey. But you know what? How simple is that? How simple is that to be able to say, if when you honestly want to, you find you cannot quit entirely, or when drinking, you have little control, it doesn't matter. What I love there is that there's no relation, well, I binge drink versus a guy that's a daily or a gal that's a daily drinker, right? Well, I didn't drink like that, or well, I didn't have that DUI, or I didn't crash that car. Well, I'm not asking you that, I'm not asking you to say, hey, relate to this guy or gal. I'm saying to you very simply, if when you honestly want to, you find you cannot quit entirely, or if when drinking you have little control over the amount you take, you're probably alcoholic. Who can't relate to that? Because the reality of it is, if the answer is yes, it's yes, and if the answer is no, it's no. And how simple is that? It doesn't get any simpler than that. I don't have to fill out a 50-page questionnaire. I don't have to go, well, I can't relate to any person in this room. How you drank. You drank 2 beers and were completely drunk, and I drank 20. Well, you're not an alcoholic. Maybe I am, but I don't put judgment on anyone, right? Because it's pretty simple, And I'm going to read. It's so simple. I want to read it again because why? It's these simple things in life that make this program easy. When you honestly want to, and that's it, you got to honestly want to, right? You find you cannot quit entirely, or if when drinking you have little control over the amount you take, you're probably alcoholic. If that be the case, you may be suffering from an illness which only a spiritual experience will conquer. Wow. Only a spiritual experience will conquer. Isn't it incredible how this book continues to go over and over and over about spiritual experience and God and action, and that it lays it out so simply and so easily if I'm listening to it and I'm reading what the pages say? Because the problem is, a lot of times what I'm seeing is, or reading, is not either getting through or I'm not grasping what it's saying. And I make this way too complicated. And then I'll sit in a meeting with somebody that reads the book, and when it comes down to what they're saying is what out of the book in their own head, I'm going, wow, I relate to that. Well, if I read the book, I could probably help myself too, And don't get me wrong, I mean, I still am going to hear things from other people, from other journeys that are going to definitely help me, but I can help also by reading and studying this book, right? And that's what I have to do. My spiritual experience says that I must get into this book and continue to read it. Whether I pick it up every day, it's depending on my spiritual awakeness. Do I need to? Absolutely, I need to, because this is an action step, right? I'm in action when I'm reading. I'm in action when I'm doing this, right? I'm in action, and you know what? Anybody else might not get anything out of this, but guess what? I'm getting a lot out of it, and so I guess that's okay, because I feel good about the fact that I'm trying to get a spiritual solution to my malady.